Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying the Tipex Instant Apex nail tips. If you guys are into watching nail videos here on YouTube, I'm sure you guys have probably already seen this product going around. I've seen it from Long Hair Pretty Nails. I loved her video of this. I have to say I was actually blown away because there's not that many times that you see companies coming out with new products that innovate your services, and this is definitely one of those products that is a game changer. Almost immediately after watching her video, I contacted the brand 5 Angels to express my interest in trying out their product, and so they did send over this kit along with the nail drill. The Instant Apex Pre-sculpted Acrylic Nail Tips kit runs for about $40 on their website, and the portable e-file runs for about $50. I do have to say right off the bat, I am impressed with their packaging. I love the small details on their boxes. Let's go ahead and open these up. So this is what it looks like as soon as you open up the box. Let's go ahead and run through all of the products that this kit includes. The first insert card booklet is instructions on application telling you how to apply this product. And the second smaller book is just a little bit more information about the nail lamp. The first thing I'm pulling out of the box here is the curing lamp. This is important to cure the nail tips onto your nails. I do have to say the shape and size of this lamp is perfect for doing this style of manicure because you have enough room to hold the nails in the perfect position as you cure them into place. This lamp also has a really nice feature which I'll get into in a minute. Next up, we have this little file. This is a really cute size. It's perfect for finishing the shape of your nails. It is also very sturdy. Next, we have the cable for the nail lamp. I have to say this is a really good length cable. A lot of companies will just include a super short one and you have to kind of move around everything on your desk to make it work. But this cable is pretty long, so you're not going to have that issue. Next up, we have the foundation base coat gel. This is a slightly thick base coat gel consistency that you apply to your nails before applying the tips. This is going to protect your natural nail and help the gel adhere better to your natural nails. Next up, we have the nail glue. This is an extremely thick gel that is going to adhere the nail tips to your nails. This gel is quite thick, so it is going to help beginners apply these nails a lot easier. It is so thick that it holds the nail in place a little bit as you go to cure it. And of course, the most important part of this kit are the pre-shaped built-in Apex acrylic tips. For this specific kit, you do get 120 pieces and 12 different sizes. The very special thing about these tips is they do have a built-in apex, which I am going to be going over in just a second. These are long coffin nail tips. As you guys can see, it does kind of act as a magnifying glass. I think that is really cool. I have never seen any nail tips like this before. Upon doing the stress test, these nail tips are super strong. I have never ever tried any nail tips that are this strong before. Even if I have like an acrylic nail pop off, these nails are still stronger than that. This is absolutely crazy. I just want to quickly compare the length difference from the size 0 to the size 11, just so that you guys can get a little idea of the length difference between the biggest and smallest size. Let's go ahead and unbox the nail drill. So this is a very unique nail drill. I have never gotten anything like this before. This is a 15,000 RPM drill. It does have forward and reverse rotation. And this is a corded drill, so you do have to be plugged into the cable while you're filing. That honestly isn't that big of a deal because the cable is quite long. I do have to say that this packaging is also really cute. I love the little embossed lettering. Here's what it looks like when you open up the box. I love how the box opens and the detail for the instructions on how to use this e-file. This one does include 2 drill bits and the adapter as well as the handpiece. Of course, inside this package, we do have the wall adapter. I love how this brand included that. A lot of brands nowadays don't even include them. It does also include 2 drill bits. So for this, we have kind of a diamond tapered bit, and we also get a smooth top drill bit, and this one is really good for removing product and going around your cuticles since the top is very smooth. You won't be cutting your skin or anything. Of course, you do get the e-file itself, and here in the middle of the cable is the section for turning the drill on and off. If you push this little button up, you are going to be putting your drill into forward rotation, and pushing it down puts it in reverse. This is actually really unique. Like I said, I've never seen a drill like this before. Here's a little close-up of the handpiece. I love the detail for the locking mechanism for the drill bits. Also, the logo is really cute. I love the color of this whole brand. I love purple and lavender, and this color is just so pretty. I also want to mention that this does come with a mandrel bit and some fine grit sanding bands, which is definitely important for prepping your nails. Let's go ahead and plug in this e-file to see how loud it is. So this e-file is pretty quiet. On the website, it does show that it is 40 decibels, which is pretty quiet for an e-file. Let's go ahead and test out the mini lamp. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. I am just using the same wall adapter as the e-file. I quickly realized that this is one of my top favorite mini lamps for curing. It is motion activated, which is the coolest thing ever. You don't have to push any buttons or tap it. All you'd have to do is just put the nail on and hold it underneath, and it automatically turns on. After 60 seconds of having the light on, it does automatically turn off as well, so I love the timing feature as well. This lamp is definitely awesome. I want to go ahead and dive a little bit deeper into these sculpted apex tips. So here on the left we have the Tipex sculpted acrylic nail tip, and on the right we have a leading brand of gel tip. This is the long coffin shape for both brands. As you can see again on the left here for Tipex, we do have the magnifying effect because of the thickness of the apex area. Looking down the barrel of both of these nails, you can see that they have a really good C-curve for both of them, but already you can see that Tipex does have a much better shape when it comes to the structure, but the C-curve is actually very similar. Looking at the underside of the tips, again, the Tipex version, you can tell that it is thicker and it does have more durability than the leading brand here on the right, which does already look quite flimsy compared to the Tipex ones. Looking down the nail from the cuticle down towards the tip, again, you can see that both nail tips do have a very similar shape when it comes to the part that goes onto your nail. However, the Tipex does have that added thickness for the apex. Looking at both of these tips from the side, Tipex being on the top, the leading brand being on the bottom, you can clearly tell the shaping is definitely different here. The Tipex has that beautiful apex, and the bottom tip just looks a little bit structureless. Let's do a quick comparison of the durability of both of these tips. Again, with the Tipex, you can see that I'm squeezing as hard as I possibly can, and this tip is not budging at all. It actually kind of hurts because the tip is not moving at all. Compared to the leading brand gel tip, which when I squeeze, the sides of this gel tip just curve right in and start touching, this nail has basically no strength to it. The tip of the nail is quite a bit more sturdy than the cuticle area. However, this tip is not really doing much for you. It's not going to be giving you any strength for your manicure. So this is actually what I was most excited for doing when it came to testing out these nail tips for myself. I am taking the leading brand gel tip and I'm cutting it around where the apex should go. As you guys can see, this is pretty thin all around. It has like the same thickness throughout the entire nail tip. Now we're going to go ahead and try and cut the Tipex around the apex area. Again, I'm trying to keep this at the same area as the previous tip for good comparison. As you guys can see, I did kind of struggle a little bit cutting through this nail tip. As you guys can tell, the Tipex does have quite a lot of thickness there in the apex area, which is super important for added strength in your manicures. This makes your nails so much more durable. I'm just going to quickly file the edge very straight. That way we can see the thickness a little bit better for both of these tips. And here we have the comparison. The Tipex is on the right and the other tip is on the left. I have to say, I'm actually blown away. I cannot wait to use these in a manicure. So here I have my gorgeous practice hand from Veeda. This is V3. I will have this linked down below as well. I am just going ahead and sizing out each of the nails from sidewall to sidewall. You want to make sure that you do not have gaps on the side and that the nail tips are not too big. The next thing I'm going to do for the application is take the mandrel bit and the fine grit sanding bands to prep the tips. As you can see, I broke the corner of my nail trying to open the box. That was accidental, so just ignore the broken nail through the rest of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock the handpiece to change out the drill bit. I am just placing the mandrel bit and locking it back into place. I'm going to go ahead and slide on the fine grit sanding band, and now we're ready to prep the tips. So on the box for the nail drill, it does say the slowest rotation is 3000 RPM, which is pretty typical for most all e-files. I'm going to go ahead and flip over the nail tip, and I'm going to gently file the inside of the tip. Doing this step is going to roughen the inside of the tip, allowing the gel to adhere better, which is going to give you a longer lasting manicure. I was informed that they have also just released an upgraded version of these tips. So the upgraded version basically has a pre-etched inside of the nail tip like I'm doing here, but it's already done for you. So if you want to kind of skip doing this step but still have nails that last just as long, definitely go ahead and check out that one as well. Once I have fully filed the inside of the tip, I'm going to flip it over and start filing around the edges of the nail tip where it's going to be sitting on my nail. So in doing this, I am not filing over the surface, I am only filing kind of like the corner of the tip. Doing this is going to make the nail tip blend in with your natural nails a lot better, making it look more flawless and prevent any bumps when your nails start to grow out. Next, I'm just taking a fluffy brush to remove the extra dust. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same process for all of the other nails. I do want to pause you guys right here really quick and tell you that I am not prepping the nail beds of my practice hand for obvious reasons. Just to quickly walk you through the steps of prepping your nails for this type of manicure, you do want to make sure to wash your hands, push back your cuticles. You want to go ahead and buff away the shine of your natural nail. You can do this with a buffer or an e-file. You want to take a manicure brush and very thoroughly remove any dust from your nails. Go ahead and apply a dehydrator and a primer. The primer is kind of optional, but it definitely helps your manicure last longer. After dehydrator and primer, you want to go ahead and apply the foundation base coat gel from 5 Angels and cure for 60 seconds. Now that we quickly went over the nail prep steps, let's go ahead and apply these tips. So taking the nail glue gel, I'm just placing a decent amount of this right at the cuticle of the nail tip. I'm going to place this down at the cuticle at a 45-degree angle and gently press down until the nail tip is in the proper position. This means that the sidewalls of the nail tip perfectly cover the sidewalls of your natural nail and the glue gel has fully reached the free edge of your natural nail. Once you have the nail in the proper position, you want to go ahead and cure that for 60 seconds. I don't know if you guys could tell, but the ease of this lamp is absolutely amazing. It is actually quite hard to do a gel tip manicure on a practice hand just because typically the nail lamp makes it a little bit more difficult, but this was actually very easy. I am going to go ahead and repeat the same process for the other 3 nails. I know you guys might have the little question in your head of why I'm doing this on my practice hand instead of myself. I do want to tell you that I'll be explaining that in just a few minutes. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, do make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends. I would really appreciate if you guys took a look at the link down below in the description. That is for the Amazon listing of this product. I will also have their website linked down below, but I would prefer if you guys could purchase through the Amazon link since it does help out my channel. And here is the practice hand with the nails cured in place. I'm going to go ahead and do one further step for prepping. I'm going back with the e-file and the fine grit sanding band, and I'm going to go ahead and file the shine away from the nail tips. During this step, you can further blend in the nail tip with your natural nail, giving you a more seamless application. And if you had any gel spill out from the sidewalls or cuticle area of your nail during the application, now would be the time to file that away. Removing the shine from the nail tips is essential for allowing the gel polish manicure to adhere to the tip. It is going to give you a longer lasting manicure, but please do not file away the apex. During this step, you are only removing the shine of the nail. You can also use a hand buffer for this step just to make sure that you don't overfile and remove that gorgeous apex. I went ahead and did all of the other nails, and here's how the nails are looking. So gorgeous. Let's move on to the nail design. I do want to say I did remove all of the dust from the nails, but I seem to have lost that clip of footage. I'm going in with a purple magnetic cat eye gel polish, and I'm applying this to the pinky nail. For this nail design, I am going for a purple snake gothic type vibe. I cannot wait to show you guys how this set turned out. I think it's really cute. I am just taking a little magnet to do the cat eye effect. Once I have that like I want, I did go ahead and cure. I'm going to repeat the same thing for the index nail, and I will be doing 2 layers of this polish. I do believe I would recommend to apply a base coat gel underneath doing any type of nail art. I'm not quite sure why I skipped doing a base coat after buffing the nails, but I do recommend that you apply one. For the middle 2 nails, I will be painting these with a really pretty lavender purple color. I do want to mention that I did apply the thumbnail, but I ended up not liking how that turned out, so I'm just going to be cutting that part from the footage. Now I'm going to be taking a wooden cuticle pusher to scoop out some of this clear sculpting nail gel, and I will be using a silicone tool to mold this into a snake. While I'm sculpting out this snake, I do want to go over the pros and cons and my personal opinions of the Tipex Pre-sculpted Acrylic Apex tips. Let's go ahead and jump into the pros. The first pro is the most obvious thing about the 5 Angels Tipex nail tips is the built-in apex. This built-in apex is going to give you a super durable structure for your manicure, meaning that your nails are not going to be breaking. Like I showed in the durability test, these nails are extremely tough and durable. I doubt that you're going to have any broken nails using these tips in your manicures. Because these tips do have that built-in apex, you're not going to be spending extra time like you would in other gel tip manicures trying to build an apex or add strength for the nails to not break. Another big pro for 5 Angels is the nail glue gel. This nail glue gel does have a very thick consistency, which means it's going to hold the nail tip in place a little bit better than other similar products, meaning that the application is more suitable for beginners. Even as experienced nail techs, sometimes having a product that works with you rather than against you can save you so much time and energy. This is going to be a pro for some people. I haven't quite had a chance to mention it yet. These tips are made with flatter nail beds in mind, so if you do have very curvy nail beds, I'm not 100% sure how these tips will fit you. You can definitely fill in any gaps with the nail glue gel, but do keep in mind that these nail tips perfectly fit flatter nail beds. 2 more big pros. The Tipex tips do have a deep C-curve, which gives you that beautiful C-curved nail look. And the cuticle area is thinner, which means it's going to look a little bit more natural compared to some other tips. So those are my biggest pros for the Tipex nails. Now for the long-awaited, why are you doing these nails on a practice hand? Well, that does fall into the cons. These cons that I'm about to tell you are personal cons. I feel like these are not going to apply to everyone, so I do want you to take these cons with a grain of salt. So my first con is that they currently only offer a long coffin. I understand that long nails are liked by a lot of people and coffin is a very popular shape. However, it's not exactly my cup of tea. Don't get me wrong, the shape is really nice, it's just not something that I would personally wear. I do hope and kind of expect 5 Angels to expand on their Tipex product. I would personally love a medium almond shape and an XXL square shaped Tipex tip. That would be my absolute dream, and this is such an innovative product. I definitely think they are going places with this idea. I just can't wait for them to offer some more shapes. The second and final con that I have with the 5 Angels Tipex nails is they do run small. So this is the reason that I am using my practice hand, because they did not fit my nails. That is something that I do personally struggle a lot with when it comes to finding nail tips that properly fit my nails. It is so hard as a big nail girly to find tips that properly fit, because you do want a proper fit for your nails, otherwise they're not going to last or look good. Like I said earlier, this is a very personal con. It's not going to apply to everybody, so if your nails are on the smaller side, definitely recommend it, and this con is not going to apply to you. But if you do have big thumbnails or your nails are a little bit bigger, I'm not sure if these are going to fit you. I will put up on screen a list of measurements for their nail tips. Highly recommend measuring out your nails before purchasing, just to make sure that these tips are going to fit you. So yeah, that is my pros and cons list. Like I said, the cons kind of only apply to me, maybe a few other people if you have big nails. After curing my 3D snakes, I am just going in with a top coat gel, and I'm going to apply this only to the 3D areas. Into the uncured top coat, I'm going to be adding little dots of dark purple. This is going to give a little bit of a design to these snakes. Applying the dark purple dots into the top coat gel is going to allow it to spread out, giving it a more natural effect. After finishing with the purple gel, I did go ahead and cure that. Now I'm taking a black gel and I'm just dabbing this in some of the areas to fill in the rest of the snake. This is going to also give it a lot more depth. Of course, I did go ahead and cure that. For the pinky nail, I'm going to go ahead and apply my top coat. Ideally, if you're doing this on yourself, do apply some rhinestone gel, but since this is only a practice hand, I'm applying this directly into top coat. Into the uncured top coat, I am just alternating colors of rhinestones. I have these rhinestones that are kind of like purple tinted, and I also have these black ones. I'm going to be shaping these rhinestones into a little necklace, kind of resembling a rosary. Once I've placed the rhinestones, I did go ahead and cure that. Going back with the same clear sculpting gel, I'm just placing this down at the tip and I'm going to be sculpting out a cross. After curing the cross, I am taking this metallic silver gel polish and I'm going to be painting over top of it. For the index nail, I am taking a black gel polish and I'm going to be doing some circles. I am not sure what to call this design. I'm sure if you're into nails, you have probably seen this type of design before. I typically see people do this in white, but I figured if I used black, I could pull the entire nail design idea together, and it does look really cute. I did go ahead and cure it, and now I'm applying a gel top coat, and I will be applying 2 rhinestones to the center of those little circle shapes. I went ahead and cured, and now the most important step to finishing off your manicure is to file the free edge. I am taking the 5 Angels file, and I'm just going to go ahead and straighten out the tip. This step is essential in getting a very crisp, nicely shaped manicure, especially if you do apply multiple layers of gel polish. This is just going to give you that perfect coffin shape. And here are the nails. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design. Quickly giving you guys my final thoughts and opinions on the 5 Angels Tipex nails. I love them and I highly recommend that you try them, especially if your nails are on the smaller side. I'm absolutely amazed at this company for coming out with such an innovative product, and I can't wait to see what 5 Angels has in store for their future. I know they're going a lot of places with this idea. It's absolutely amazing. Like I said, everything will be linked down below, and do make sure to subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!